What's good, everybody? It's your boy Brees, and you're now tuned in to the hottest platform for all the upcoming entrepreneurs, creatives, and entertainers around the city, right? So I'm joined here with my boy.
It's only one Michael Chocasina. You know what I'm saying?
And we have another familiar guest from the Royal Connections.
And this is Jessica Jones, a.k.a. La Bella Star.
And today we're going to be tapping into the bag of everything, because she does everything, right? It's like a not a bag of tricks, it's a bag of talent. Like, she just does so many things, and she's going to tell us all about what she does.
You might as well just call me the queen of multiple streams of income.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So
like
if you could just dive into that, just to give everybody that's new to the audience.
Right. So basically, I have a spa business called La Bella Star Beauty, and I have my first school. It's a medical school in the process. It's in the works. New York just takes a really long time to do the paperwork, but I'm about to open up my own medical school. And I have a nonprofit organization with my husband, who is currently incarcerated. It's called Beyond the Chains, and we have a medical lab business.
Sorry, yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah.
So what's the backstory to all of those different
The backstory? All right.
ventures?
So,
There's the word ventures.
Right. It's always a story behind it, right? So basically, when I first started, I was doing makeup in my house. I was living with my kid's father at the time, and I had my kids, and I had to pick what I wanted to do, either go to school, go to work. I couldn't do both. But I knew it was something missing. Like, I knew I was not made to work for nobody. I didn't take directions very well. It was horrible when somebody told me what to do. Yeah. I'm like, I got to figure this out. This ain't it for me.
Yeah.
So I started doing makeup on, I used to work in like a nursing home, and I used to do the makeup for the wives. The husbands would come, they're older ladies, and it was like, why don't you just do makeup? And I'm like, well, I'll think about it. And like, why not? I started doing makeup in my house. And I'm like, I'm onto something. My name became really big at the time. At the time, they used to call me Star Slay. I was trying to figure out my business name, because I'm like, I don't even know what I want to call myself. But at the time, that's what they called me. And I'm like, all right, I'm onto something. I'm just doing makeup. I'm like, I want to do more. I went back to school to become a licensed esthetician. Straight out of school, I ended up graduating, and I ended up just going straight to it. And I ended up renting out a suite, and I started my spa business. Right during our graduation, not to talk bad about him, but like, me and my kid's father broke up literally right at that time I was graduating, like the next day. Like, it was done, but that's cool. So I got right into it. I just started hustling. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get these clients. I never thought about, doing, facials and stuff like that. So I had to get to it. I had to figure it out. I was, creating content, things like that. And that's how I met my husband. And then from there, he just been like pushing me, like, yo, you so talented. You got so much stuff you could do. Yeah. I'm like, he was pushing me to the forefront. I'm like, all right, yeah, well, all right. So as soon as I'm just doing this beauty stuff, it just started getting big. I started training. Training is where the money at. I don't know. The services is cute, but that training was hitting. So I just started doing trainings, and I love teaching. I think I love teaching and speaking more than anything. So I end up I said, you know what? I'm just going to open up a school. Like, why not just go for it? And my husband's like, might as well go hard, go home. I ended up doing that. And I'm like, all right. And this is all while he's incarcerated. Me and him was like on and off. So when I first met him, he was home, and then we kind of broke up, and then he ended up getting back incarcerated, and we reconnected. So I was just doing my thing. We reconnected, and he's just like, he always pushed me. So I'm like, all right, he's like, what's next? I'm like, what's next? Like, I think I'm doing pretty good. He's like, you do a lot. I'm like, I know. I ended up going into medical school. We literally got married. I married him in prison. So we got married. I came back home. I said, I'm going to medical school. He said, you going to medical school? I said, yeah, I'm going to medical school. As soon as I came back, I registered for school. And then I became a medical assistant. And then from there, I opened up a medical lab. I saw the money in medical assistant. So I'm like, babe, he didn't have a business. He was rapping. He does music. I'm like, babe, let's go. Let's open up a medical lab. He's like, a medical lab? I'm like, hell yeah, black-owned medical lab?
Yeah,
like,
that's fire. I can see the marketing on the wall right now.
I was like, a black-owned medical lab? Why not? I'm like, this will be your first business. Let me teach you.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, let's do it.
And it's
This is why he's incarcerated.
Yeah, while he's incarcerated. So he opened up his first business while he was incarcerated, and it's called Secure Testing Labs. That's our testing lab. We do DNA testing, drug testing, all that stuff.
That's like going number one on Billboard.
Right? Oh no, so it's funny you said that because me and him end up on the billboard in Times Square.
Oh, yeah,
I put him on the billboard in Times Square. Me and him, and then I see that he loved. Dating him, I've never dated anybody incarcerated. So I didn't know what men go through behind the wall. Like, I did not know. I just started, like, speaking to, some of his peoples and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, like, he's like, I want to help them. He was like, I was blessed to have you to show me a different way. Like, why I want to show them something. I'm like, all right, well, what we going to do? He's like, I want to do a nonprofit. I'm like, want to do a nonprofit? And we was just talking about it. He didn't know I went behind it and did the paperwork. And then I surprised him. I surprised him with Beyond the Chains. And we started helping people incarcerated become business owners.
Oh, my.
Nah, you know why it's fire too? Because it's like you see those viral pictures or videos when people be in jail with like a Henny bottle or something, right?
Yeah.
Right. But it's like, who could really say they got a nonprofit in jail? Like, that's crazy.
Right,
helping
people in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're in jail, helping people in jail. Like that, I think that's so far. I keep telling him he got a fire testimony.
Yeah,
so right now, I'm just out here just putting in the footwork, because when he come home, he's going to be speaking right with me. We're going to say our journey together.
It's similar to what we said in our last episode too. Like, when you product of what you do, you really have a passion for it.
Exactly. And I'm not going to lie, like, my biggest buzz started when me and him started going on like, I started posting him on Instagram. We go viral on Instagram. Like, it'd be crazy, the numbers that I'm like, dang, me just posting our video visits and stuff like that. I'm like, dang.
It's a unique story.
So then
people love compelling stuff.
Yes. And then, a show reached out to us. I'm not even going to give them the name, but they reached out to us 4 times. It's a big TV network. They wanted us to be on there. But the thing was, we turned it down because they wanted a narrative that wasn't there. They didn't want to support black love. They didn't want that. They wanted the messy baby mama drama, cheating stuff that I wasn't even going through. I'm like, I'm not even going to put that out there into my marriage.
And it's beautiful. I'm so glad you brought that up, because people, these big corporations, these networks, they like to fabricate things to sell a story. Yes. Your story sells itself. Right. It sells itself. Right. Like Beyond the Chains, there's a lot of themes in all of this, right? There's even a theme with and don't think I'm being rude or anything. No. Like, with people dating people in jail, people always have this negative trope about it. Oh my God! And the fact that you're flipping the script, and it's still compelling no matter what way you slice this story, it's still compelling no matter what. Exactly. And you're succeeding with it. And the fact that you turn it down 4 times, put it this way, you're not the problem. Right. Just gonna put it that way.
Exactly.
And I just like stuff like that, because when you said you guys posted each other, you guys went viral, is because the themes are there. The black love, the love itself, like the 2 backgrounds coming together. It's 2 worlds unlikely to collide, and they just collided. Exactly. That's how I looked at that. So exactly.
And I really, like, again, I want to change the narrative on what we see on social media, on TV. Like, black love ain't a thing. Like, we all go through some things, but like, we bossed up. Like, my husband is in jail with 2 businesses, and you don't really see too much of that. And I started working with a lot of prison wives. And yes, I started working with the prison wives because me and him want to keep families together during this time, because during this time, the system is made to break them up. They will do everything in its power to break it up. They will do anything in its power to keep the man down. And we are working against that. So I work with the prison wives, and I basically, I try to help them have like another stream of income, because it is expensive being with somebody in jail. Everything is like 3 times the price in there. It's insane. Like, for 5 cigarettes, like $100, some craziness like that. People be making a bag in there.
I see those.
But see, and the thing is this, and I'm glad you said that. I told my husband, I know my husband could get to a bag if he really wanted to. I said, sit down and do your time. I got you. Because what's going to end up happening is these women be bragging, oh, my man be sending me checks from in jail. And then when he hit parole board and he do that extra time, y'all sitting here crying. Well, I mean, you made that man just, go make some money that he ain't had no business making in there. He just needed to keep his head down and do his time. So I always tell my husband, just keep your head down, do your time. He has a problem with that sometimes because it's like, I want to do for you, I want to do for you. Listen, when you come home, do for me, baby. Do for me as soon as you get home. But while you in there, I got you. I know what I signed up for when we did this.
You know, it's this phrase. It's a popular phrase. They said behind every great man is a great woman. But I used to argue this. It's because men come from women. Behind every great woman is a great man. Nice. I used to flip it because that Tupac quote like would keep your head up. Like he was like, "I'll be still for my woman." You know, all that little couple of the lines. I really like. I love the fact you just prioritized like the black love. I really love that. Because a
lot of people twist it too. They try to make it seem like, oh well, the great woman is his mother. Right, because his mother might probably, especially in the black community, 9 times out of 10, the mother raised him, and sometimes the dad's not like fully around. Even if he's in the house, he's not really involved, like in terms of the social aspect and stuff like that.
It is, and then being incarcerated, it's a lot of broken homes.
But in this case, it's the wife. That's the great woman.
Yeah, listen. I just see I see the greatness in them, and I see a lot of greatness in the men in there. It's just unfortunate they don't have nobody showing them the way. A lot of the times they didn't even think it was possible to open up a business. Yeah, imagine open one in prison. Like
in theory, it sounds
right.
Impossible.
Like
because I see those pictures too, where it's like there'll be guys that have like a bunch of snacks in their cell.
And they selling it. Skit about that stuff.
Yeah, and they be selling it for twice the
price. Smart though.
But
no,
it is smart. Listen, it is smart. Anything is better than selling drugs in there or doing something that's gonna just give them more time. So listen, make your money, but just do it the right way. And if you can't, like, listen, this is what Beyond the Chains is for. We're here to help you.
All right, I'm just gonna get right into it then. So let's talk about the medical school right there.
Right.
That's a really groundbreaking idea, and it's fun. It's wonderful and fascinating that you're executing it. But I gotta ask, like, how do all the stuff you do complement each other?
Ooh, I'm glad you said that. So let me tell you. I started the school for one because now beauty is becoming, medical and beauty starting to become a thing together. The nurses are starting to jump into the beauty field now. And a lot of the, beauty estheticians are starting to jump into the medical. I'm not going to let that money pass me by. Just listen, come on to the school. I'm going to help you get your certification, and then I'm going to help you open up this spa. I'm going to help you transition.
If there was ever time to use this quote, come to death row.
But also, another thing is this. I have talked to a lot of, and this was like my main reason, all honesty. I have spoken to a lot of women that came home from prison, and a lot of them, and even men, they couldn't register back to school.
Yes.
There was not, for whatever reason, sometimes the school just didn't want that. And, sometimes they just couldn't, just depending on what they was going for. But it's my school. So as long as they're legally able to do it, yes, come on over.
She went against the grain and became the grain.
Right. So that was my main thing. I've spoken to a lot of people that wanted to jump into the medical field. They didn't even do nothing crazy or nothing like that. But just because they went to jail at some point, the school didn't want them in there. So now they could come on over to my school. Yeah. Now my husband could come on over to my school. And that's it. So it all complements each other because, again, I'm able to employ these people now. So now when they come home, the women, if they want to jump into the medical, beauty, or whatever, I can help assist them. I can employ them with my secure testing labs because all that is, we don't need much, but once you get your certification, I train them and then I send them out to do the work. And then they make the money like that. You understand what I'm saying? So either which way
but I know you want to talk. I got to get this analogy.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
So the beautiful thing, right, about what you just said, right, is that, and I know how I just said about you went against the grain, it became the grain, even with the network, like I'm reaching out to you, right? There's this popular actor, his name is Robert Downey Jr., known as Iron Man and the Avengers Cinematic Universe and all that, right? A lot of people don't know he went through some hell. Like, before he became this big actor, he was in jail, addictions and stuff like that. Yeah. Iron Man.
Wait, you said Michael who? Downey. Oh, I'm bugging. I thought you said Randy. Oh, I'm bugging.
Another great theme behind what you're doing, the underlying themes, like even the love, the medical, the beauty, and all that stuff, is the second chance. We live a life where it's not long. It feels long, but it's not long. Right. And not everybody gets that chance every day. You mess it up and that's it. It's gone.
Exactly.
Your marketing, it's like, it's so wholesome. And that's why we telling people, when you don't need to sign your life away and sign your deal away for stuff that you don't even believe in. No, stick to the underlying themes that make it wholesome. Keith Lee, he has literally got popular from doing godly things while still promoting people and uplifting them and including them. And the reason why I brought up the Robert Downey Jr. Analogy is because the beauty of what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, even the aura you're admitting, even the colors, I break down everything, right, to the T. The power of a second chance is really, it's like getting baptized.
Right.
Yeah.
It's literally like getting baptized. And,
I mean, baptism, yeah, it is a second chance.
And I really love the fact that there's a way. You're creating a way for people who don't have a way or people who lost their way. That's it. You're creating a way for people who lost their way and don't have a way.
Yes, I love that.
Boy.
Right off the dome, okay?
That's what's cooking right there.
Yeah. Sorry,
No, but I definitely want to practice what I preach, right? I always, I've been through a lot. I've been raped. I've been beaten. I literally almost died. I like literally hanging off a 5th floor window by an ex a long time ago, like years ago. So I've been through some things, right? Things that you see will mostly sometimes can break a woman.
Oh, yeah,
They're literally going through rape and getting beaten. This is by different people now, right? So my first encounter was when I was a kid. So growing up, I went a few times, and it's sad to say, but I know a lot of women that have been in my predicament and is not mentally there. They like broken down. You know what I'm saying? They just gave up. And I just want to be an example not to give up. I'm a great mother, and I broke a generational curse. My oldest daughter graduated college, and like she's doing her thing. Excuse me, she's going to college. I broke that generational curse because again, I didn't graduate. I ended up getting my GED. No, but listen, I'm proud. I got my GED. Listen, and I was a mother early, but I broke that generational curse because she's like a really smart. I'm so happy. She taught me how to be a mother. So for her to graduate, go to college, I broke that generational curse. And that was like a couple of years of generational curses I broke. So I'm proud of that. And just, I'm the only person in my family that has a business. They looked at me like I was crazy leaving my medical job. They said, now what you doing, girl? I said, this is going to work. Trust me, y'all just got to have faith. It's going to work. And it worked, and they see the vision. So a lot of people followed me on Instagram from when I first started. So they seen that journey, and I'm very open because anything I went through, I'm not ashamed of. That's why I can get up on here and talk on it. I'm not ashamed of it. Can't nobody use nothing against me. I want to be an example for the younger women. Like, look at what I've been through, because you'll be surprised. A lot of kids, women, even men get molested, beaten. You see what we going through right now. It'd be crazy on this internet. But I want to show that there's another side to life to this. Like, it doesn't got to stop, no matter what predicament you in.
So you mentioned like just being an abuse victim. I remember the first Road Connections. I believe you said you had like an organization for like women that.
Yeah, so I'm a part of an organization. It's called Sisters in Purple. I absolutely love my sisters.
That's a good name.
They are amazing. They helped me through this because at first I couldn't really talk about it.
Purple on your eyes too. Purple on the eyes.
Yeah. They're like details. Details. But yeah, they have helped me through it. They help, all forms of trauma. So they helped me identify with a lot of things. They taught me a real sisterhood. That like I was closed off a little bit in a sense when it came to women, but those are my girls. Those are my sisters. They became family, and they reach people on such a wide range. You got to follow them, Sisters in Purple. Once you get on the page, you're going to see what they do. They're really out there for the community fighting.
You make me want to do homework on you more. I ain't even doing enough right now. That's tough.
No, it's all good, but yeah.
That's the beauty of this podcast, really.
Yeah, this is what this is for, and I appreciate you guys having me on here so more people could see like what I'm doing. So I appreciate it. Yeah, so it's not easy opening a school in New York City. Woo, there's so many guidelines. There's so many, like a tip, a little gem. My spa business cannot be associated with my medical school business. Like it can't, it gotta be separate. Like it can be no correlation together.
Even if you have different LLCs?
Even if it's a different LLC. Like everything I was trying to do was, I was trying to keep everything Labella Star Beauty, Labella Star Training. I wanted, when you think of Labella, you think of me. Can't do that. I got to keep it separate because so when they Google it, They cannot see Labella because there's no school, there's no curriculum for spa and medical together.
Yeah.
So I have to keep them completely different. So I have to pick a whole new name for my school. That's what I'm working on right now, literally. So I just learned that like literally last week.
Okay. And would you still be like the face of the medical school, or you can't even do that as well? Like,
no, I could be the face.
Okay.
I could be the face, but do I want to? Probably not
Well,
want to be
probably
the face. I'll probably grab somebody else to be the face, like some kind of faceless thing, you know?
Okay, faceless thing as well.
Right,
Yeah.
So I'm thinking something like that. I just want a more focused, like logo. When you see McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
You know the McDonald's logo from a mile away? You know what McDonald's is?
You recognize the M more than the clown.
Exactly. So I want something when you see whatever my new school name is going to be, I got to figure that out. That was
just
the
make
one
a
that's
star
been killing.
logo then.
Right, so I gotta figure it out.
Subtle hints.
Simple but detailed. Simple. But
I gotta rename the school. Period.
Oh,
That's true, but you could still throw a little star in there somewhere, maybe, even if it's
I'm scared
tiny.
to even put star in there, and they Google it, and Labella and star come together. I don't know. I'm just like, with New York, no, seriously, because once you mail in the money, it's $5,000 for the application. Now, if they deny you, they keep that $5,000.
Typical New York. Typical New York.
Mr. Adams, we have a problem again.
That's just for the application. That's not even including
And that's
everything.
not guaranteed. Oh,
no, it's not even guaranteed, and that's not even the cost of me opening up the actual school, the equipment, and everything else. So.
They taxing you.
Yeah, listen, I got to take a chance. Like I believe in what I'm trying to do.
New York City's favorite party promoter, he's taxing you.
She's putting a down payment.
Mr. Adams.
Crib.
We got to fix that.
And that's not even approval, bro.
It's not even an approval. And if it don't get approved, I have to say bye to that money. Right. Damn. So that right there is all in itself. Thanks, New York. Okay, because I'm ready to move out of here.
I know one of the business funding people they're rubbing their hands right now. They're about to DM you right now.
Listen,
say, we about to get you right.
Listen, something.
Yeah. So what's next for you besides the school? Like any other adventures that you think about?
I'm not taking on nothing right now, but I do want to do kind of like a show of me and my husband. I want to work on that. I spoke to you about that. So that's something we can talk on the back end. But I want to do a show with me and my husband. I do a lot of recording of our video visits. We go on business meetings on there. Other people jump on the Zoom. We do business meetings on there. A lot of things. So, and then again, I do a lot of speaking events and things like that. So I want to record that. I want to record the whole journey.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
So you went viral before with you and your husband, right? You have clearly these beautiful ventures, and they're motion-powered ventures, right?
Right.
Content is the name of the game in today's world. How important is content to what you got going on?
Content is very important because if I don't post, they don't know what I'm doing. They don't know nothing about me if I don't post. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of my sales, a lot of everything came from social media. It came from social media, but I do, one thing I learned is not to depend too much on social media. So what I do is I collect emails, I collect phone numbers. So in case if it's shut down, I still can get my contacts. And I do a lot of speaking events. So I love to speak. Like I want y'all to really get a vibe from me in person, as opposed to just the post, which is the post is cute, but once you hit that and you do your boost your post and they go all around, let me tell you something, get the right hashtags,
get the right hashtag, it's over. I know
they on my line. You hear me? You know, guys follow me from in prison.
Wow.
You know, you guys follow me from in prison. I have a lot of guys that follow me in prison.
She's taking.
You gotta take advantage of that.
They be trying to shoot their shot. I be like,
you gotta be like, hey, but we could flip this around. Me and my husband.
You'd be surprised. Maybe could find you somebody. I don't know. Depends what you in there for.
No, not even. But even for the
those sisters in purple.
Even for Beyond the Chains, like, hey, I'm not here for that. But me and my husband, we can help you out here.
It's funny because my husband was like, all right, we're gonna have to designate this to my brother. Let them hit up my brother. They ain't hitting you up no more.
They're gonna say, talk to my manager.
So I actually have somebody that does all that stuff. So but Instagram. But for the most part, everybody's really respectful because I don't play. I go on my page and see I don't play about that man. So for the most part, I don't really get too much of that. More of a salute and respect type of thing. You got some haters here and there. what you gonna do when he come home? What if y'all don't make it? What if he I'm just like, y'all so damn negative.
Yeah.
This man ain't going nowhere. Listen, y'all gotta stop that, right? But so again, all positivity. I try not to let social media, dictate my whole life, because sometimes it get overwhelming for people. I notice that sometimes you gotta take a break from social media, especially when you in the forefront.
Overstimulation is a real thing.
Absolutely. So I'm just gonna be focusing on Beyond the Chains, opening up my school, because New York is playing with me, and that's going to takes about up to a year.
You know what's so beautiful? What you just said, that New York is the only city that I know. I mean, probably because we live here a lot, obviously. They're the only city I know where you gotta play with them back for them to take you seriously. Like, why are you taking serious the first time, bro? Like, what are you doing?
Let me tell you, they are regulating everything. They try to get all that money they lost during the pandemic. They try to get all that money back because they are regulating. Oh my God, they're regulating everything.
Oh, I wanted to tap into that in the other episode. I'm gonna save that for another episode.
Yeah, New York is, and when I got that letter, they regulating everything. Things that fell under my scope no longer falls under my scope. So I actually have a doctor on standby, and I got 3 doctors on standby just in case they try to play with me in that aspect. Yeah. But collaboration is key. I love collaborating. You never know who you're gonna meet and how they can help you get to your next level.
Like how we did at Royal Connections.
Right.
Pull up to the next one. Pull up to the next one. Hello.
Right, Mr. What? Beat me there, don't meet me there.
Yeah, that's what he said. Beat me there, don't meet me there.
Right.
You gotta be there ahead of time.
Right, exactly. So things like that is super important. Platforms like yours is super important. It gives people the voice to reach a broader audience.
Visibility and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm gonna hire you for content.
Yeah.
Definitely need some content.
Yeah. So definitely let everybody know where they can follow you at.
So you can follow my personal page at Wish on This Star. It's all underscores, and Beyond the Chains and Labella Star Beauty.
All right, just like that. Y'all see what's cooking with Jess, master of all trades. That's how jack of all trades. That was the phrase go.
Mrs. Multiple Streams of Income.
And a lot of people need to finish that quote. A lot of people need to fit jack of all trades, but a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one.
Listen, off the dome,
we dropping
right?
balls out here.
I'm a reader. I like reading and stuff like that.
Yeah, so y'all know, as always, show love to Jess on the gram, or even if you get involved. If you want to be a student at her school, definitely tap in.
Definitely
and
register.
tell her what's cooking is the reason how you found out.
Yes, and
might get a little scholarship from us. Who knows?
Listen, right?
Nah, we don't got the money to be funding no scholarships yet, but in the future we definitely will.
Listen, you never know, right? Speaking into existence.
Yeah. So as always, show love to not just the guests but us as well. If you're new, if you watch this on YouTube, subscribe. If you're streaming this on one of our platforms, follow. And also like and share, right? So just like that, it's been a pleasure, Jess.
Thank you guys for having me. Y'all are dope.
Yeah, this episode is well overdue. It's we're in April, mid-April.
My birthday month.
We were supposed to do this since July.
It's all right. It's my birthday month, so it's good. Everything is in alignment for a reason. A lot to celebrate.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday in advance. And just like that, we out.